Hey, next game up here is Army at Temple, and this one's another one that's moved quite a bit since it opened, and that'll, I guess, kind of be a trend here for a lot of the week ones since they've been out for some of them since May, or at least June, and then July for basically even locals and credit shops and stuff. So it's currently 16 and a half, and it opened 21 and a half. And there's a reason Army's getting money. If you guys have looked at my preview already, Army's a team that I've already made a play on. As far as their season win total goes, at 4.5, my numbers project 5.39 wins, so 5 or 6 wins more often than any other number. And so at 4.5, that was a kind of an auto play. Really, they were a 2-10 team last year. When you break down game by game, they lost to something like 7 games by 7 points or less by a possession. So they were in a ton of games. They couldn't quite finish it off late in the game. Other than the 2 wins that they had. And, part of that was also a minus 11 turnover differential. And I think you're going to be a lot stronger this year, especially since they returned 9 on a defense that was really good. And 7 on offense. And it's just a team that's a lot more experienced. And so a lot of those close games that go down to the wire late, you can rely on that trust, that experience, as well as the coach, Jeff Monk. And now I think it's his 3rd year at Army. Might just be. I think it's his 3rd year. Last year was his 2nd. All right, I had to think that through. I'm sorry. Anyway, so it's moved down to 16 and a half, and you'll see also in my preview, I actually project this at 13. So 16 and a half, it's still, I think, short, and there's some value. The stubbornness in me wants to wait and see if it comes back up, if there's any buyback on Temple, and if it gets to 17 or 17 and a half, I'll probably jump in and actually make a play on Army. But it might not ever get there, and if that's the case, and I'm passing, there's nothing wrong with going 0-0 in a game ever either. I think that's a fine philosophy in the end for a lot of people that are starting or have been doing this for a while. Don't force play ever. For me, I just like to get the best of it, and if I'm not, I don't really want to pay 5 points worse than I could have gotten earlier in the summer. So I'll be waiting, see if it gets back over or it's closer to that key number at 17, and if so, then I may end up making a play here on Army. But for those that have already played on Army, congratulations. They're going to be a team that hopefully is undervalued early on, that has a lot of firepower. I think they're a squad no one's really been paying attention to at all, and they'll get some pub this year. And Temple should be really solid again. Last year, you guys know they were ranked for a lot of the season. They might have even gotten to the top 25. They played Notre Dame close as well. I think they were in the top 25 when they met. And Matt Rhule ended up staying in Temple. I know there was a question he was going to leave, and he's a fantastic coach. And so, it's a matter of 2 years. He's gone from like 2-10 to last year they were 10-4. So there's a lot of good things happening with Temple. They bring back 6 on each side of the ball. So there's definitely not going to be a drop off there. The play would just be a complete. I'm backing Army because I think they're going to be a lot better team this year. They were in so many close games a year ago. That's the other thing. When you're getting 2 touchdowns, you don't need them to win outright. It sounds basic, but that's the case sometimes here. If Army's really good at running the ball, running clock, those spreads that are higher in the double digits over 2 possessions, when the game's slowed down like that, those tend to be harder to cover for some of the teams, and that's why you see Army in a lot of close games, even if they were on the wrong side of the win or loss. They were covering a lot, and so it could be the same type of thing again this year. So we'll watch it closely as the week goes along, but for now, haven't made a play there.